All right, here we are talking with Coach Schouweiler after tonight's tough loss to La Crosse, and just 2 games in the season. You're still early on. How did the preseason go? How have kind of you prepared for this season, and how are things going with kind of mixing in the new girls and the veterans?
It's gone really well. It's really quick. I think there's 13 days in between when we first arrived and our first game, and so that's not a lot of time to get people in and make sure we're fit, but also make sure that we're learning defensive, offensive things that we want out of them. So, we're still really, really early. We're still in the infancy of the season. So, it's been good, but I think it's been the team squad has come together. They're cohesive, and our first years have mixed in pretty well.
Yeah. So going in, you had a tough loss tonight. Last 3 minutes with the goal there. How do you kind of rebound from that? And just with 2 days away now on Sunday, you've got Gustavus coming in and another home game. How do you kind of rebound from something like this?
I think it's just, you just find the positives. I don't think we played poorly. I don't think that, we throw our hands up and say it was an awful performance. We played well, and hats off to La Crosse. I thought they were a very good team. And so, you win some, you lose some. You got to take the positives out of it and make sure that the players know that it wasn't as horrible as they all think it is, that it was a good performance. And so, you're going to have those. You got a keeper at La Crosse made a fantastic save, a huge save. Our keeper makes a huge save, and so sometimes those are the differences. And so, maybe they needed a little bit of luck, a little bit more skill, maybe a little bit more better roll of the ball, and that's what they got. And so hats off to them. They did a very good job.
Cool. And just one last question. With bringing so many returning starters and how well you guys did last year, what do you think? How do you like how this team stacks up against kind of the other competition, the IAC? I know Dubuque and Wartburg ranked ahead of you in the coaches poll, but how do you think you stack up against the likes of them and the rest of the IAC?
Yeah, it's always interesting to see. If you look at those teams, I think Dubuque loses 7 starters and those things, and it's all about how does your team come together. And for us in a conference season, you only get 7 conference games, so you just got to make sure you play well in those 7 conference games. So I think that we stack up pretty strong. Our conference is hard too because you either get 4 home games or 4 away games every other year, and those are big differences. To go on the road and play and perform is difficult, and this year we get 4 home games, and so I think we're lucky to have Dubuque come in here in a midweek, and we've got some other big games here. So I think we match up well. I think you're right. We've got a very experienced squad and a squad that has been successful. So I think that we can mix it up with anybody. It's just dependent on what's going on in that day, what's happening in October, and how everyone else is doing as well.
Okay, thank you, Coach Schouweiler, and we'll see you back out there on Sunday.
Thank you.